A leading pro-life activist says abortion kills more African Americans than AIDS, violent crime, accidents, cancer, and heart disease combined. Reverend Derek McCoy is National Clergy Relations Director for CURE, Center for Urban Renewal and Development. Where do these statistics come from?
Well, these statistics come right from the Census Bureau, and it also comes from the CDC as well as the Guttmacher Institute.
So would the Prenatal Non-Discrimination Act, which is in committee on Capitol Hill, effectively address this tragedy?
Well, we have a tragedy going on. I mean, if you look at, especially from race and gender, this is actually happening. There's a targeting in the race community as far as blacks and abortions are being concerned. And from a gender perspective, we could see that internationally and in other places. And I think this is one of those attempts at a bill that really will make an inroads to trying to help solve a real dilemma and a real problem we have.
Could it be enforced, though? How do you know what a woman is thinking when she goes in for an abortion?
Well, that's a great question, because I think today's time we're looking at people saying, well, if you have a hate crime, it's about the intent of what that criminal was thinking. I think when you're looking at this simple thing, you don't quite know what what a woman may be thinking, but I think you know what the culture's saying. When you're looking at a gender abortion, typically there's a lot of factors that are around that are actually saying, hey, look, get rid of this girl. No more girls allowed, or you don't want this girl to be born. And if you're looking at race, it's quite obvious that there is a targeted effect of black, abortion clinics being up within walking distance of communities. You have over really I think it's 16 million abortions have been done since 1973 in the black community, 360,000 per year. And so there's a real targeting effect that's actually happening. I think that's what we're looking at and driving towards.
Could the providers then be held responsible?
Absolutely. That's really where we're going, is that I think the providers could be held responsible and should be held responsible, because if you're looking at something like this, you can't have a place and this is one of those interesting things from a Planned Parenthood perspective. There's a lot of questions about it, but there's one thing that's still really unsettled in our environment, is that there is a genocide attack really on the black babies and infants who are black. And so if you look at, when you go back to Margaret Sanger, you go back to, and you've heard it before probably, in saying, well, there was this whole aspect of targeted race abortions, and where Margaret Sanger was with the concept of eugenics. That's absolutely true. And that's never been quite settled in America. And I think Planned Parenthood still gets a lot of money from the government, over $700 million a year. And then you're also looking at it, they still have that legacy.
Reverend Derek McCoy with CURE, we appreciate your insight. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.